Viewers, you are watching the Explosive Exclusive with me, Rahul Shivshankar, and we have a very big story this evening. As always, viewers, setting the national agenda. On May 26, on Supreme Court orders, the District Court in Varanasi will be hearing pleas by the Muslim side challenging the survey of the Gyanvapi complex and, most importantly, seeking a setting aside of any attempt to lay claim to the Gyanvapi Mosque complex. This is common knowledge. But viewers, while the court hears the matter, Times Now has accessed documents that prove that there is a motivated design to bury the truth and deny Hindus. Last evening, Times Now had accessed an affidavit dating back to 1936. The affidavit filed by the British government clearly states that Gyanvapi is not a mosque, as it wasn't built on Waqf land. In Islamic law, a mosque that isn't built on Waqf land is deemed unholy and is therefore just a structure, not a place of worship. Today, viewers, and watch the breaking news also on the grid. Today, viewers, we have accessed a gazette notification issued by the Congress government in Uttar Pradesh in 1965 that admits that the Vishwanath temple that once stood proudly in Kashi on its original site and held one of the 12 Jyotirlings was demolished by Aurangzeb. Yes, viewers, by Aurangzeb. How do we know this? Because it's right here in this Gazette notification. Apart from the Gazette filed by the Congress government in 1965, Times Now has also accessed an affidavit filed in 1936 that clearly attests to the fact that Gyanvapi isn't even a mosque. Yes, viewers, these are two very big revelations that we have given to you here tonight. And viewers, they tell you a story. They tell you a story of how the truth is being deliberately denied. Why? I don't know. But viewers, in that place, as they block the truth, they are mocking Hindus. That's what we can tell you, viewers. That's what we can tell you. It's a big story. On page number 56 of this Gazette and 57 of the Gazette, this is what it says. In 1669, Aurangzeb ordered the demolition of Hindu temples and schools. The Faujdar of Varanasi pulled down a number of temples in the city. Temples razed, including Vishwanath and Bindu Madhava temples. A mosque was built on the site of each, 2 high minarets being built on one. This is being attested to in a Gazette notification in 1965 by the Congress state government, at that time led by Sucheta Kriplani, viewers. On page 56 of this same Gazette notification, what do we have? We are told that in 1659, Aurangzeb got the old temple of Kirti Vishveshwara destroyed. On that site, he built, with some of his material, the Alamgiri Mosque. The style of architecture of the remains of old temple indicate it must be 6 to 7 centuries old. Big story, viewers. Very big story. And it tells you that all these truths have been buried. Whether by design, deliberation, I can't say. Yesterday's affidavit, viewers, that we broke on this channel attest that in 1936, this entire structure was deemed not a mosque. Yes, viewers. And Times Now has accessed the telltale 1936 affidavit. Let me go across to Pranesh for more on this breaking story. Pranesh, this story is of vital significance because, as you know, in 2 days, The Muslim side is going to be heard by the district court in Varanasi. They are going to argue before the district court that, look, at the end of the day, the Hindu claim is based on fiction. It is ultra-virus of the 1991 Places of Worship Act that was brought in by Parliament. No one is going to talk about these documents, the truth.
This affidavit has the potential, Rahul, to change the narrative of the story and change this case. It can turn the case on its head. Let's look at this, page number 57 of the 1965 Gazette of the Uttar Pradesh government. The Congress was in power in the state. On April 9, 1969, Aurangzeb issued order to the provincial governor for the demolition of Hindu temples and schools, which the Faujdar of Varanasi carried out by pulling down a number of temples in the city, including those of Vishwanath and Bindu Madhav. The Faujdar in those days, in the Mughal era, was an officer who was not just a military commander but also looked at land and revenue records. Then this says a mosque was built on the site of each two high minarets being built on one. Aurangzeb also renamed the city Muhammadabad, and coins issued from the mint here bear this name. Let's go to page number 56. This is the 1965 Gazette again, page number 56. Here it is. 1659, a farman was issued on 28 February 1659 to the Faujdar of Varanasi to the effect that the priests of existing shrines were not to be disturbed in the legitimate discharge of their religious duties, but that no new temples were to be built. In the same year, Aurangzeb got the old temple of Kiruti Bisheshwar destroyed, built on that site with some of its material the Alamgiri Mosque, which stands near the temple of Ratneshwar and bears an Arabic inscription in which the date of its construction is given. 2 pages.
Yes, 2 pages.
One truth.
2 pages containing the truth. The question is, why is it being blocked? Why is it being blocked? Why are we seeing an endless court battle? Why are we seeing a large number of motivated attempts at trying to mock the Hindu faith, its various religious symbols? That's the fundamental question, viewers. Let's open this up. This is a big, big moment in this entire saga concerning the Gyanvapi Mosque. I want to open this up and go straight across first to Advocate Kapil Madan, political analyst who joins us. Advocate, the Congress government of 1965, Sucheta Kriplani government, she was the chief minister back then, in a Gazette notification has come out and admitted. She's come out and admitted that Aurangzeb demolished this temple. You don't even need a survey anymore. If you just look at the architecture, if you look at the walls, you are going to see the remnants of the Visheshwara temple, of the Vishwanath temple. So why deny? Why
so
deny?
Rahul, let's see. It's a disputed question of
No,
fact.
what is that not to see? Sir,
let me
what can
respond,
be? No,
Rahul.
tell me something. No, please.
I mean,
I want to
ask me question and answer yourself.
Okay, sir. I asked you a question. I asked you a question about why are you denying? Okay, respond.
I am responding, Rahul. So there are historical evidences where there are some literature that suggests that Aurangzeb has indeed demolished few mosques, and that's an admitted position. But the fact remains, whether at that particular site there was a Shivling or there is not a Shivling, that is the subject matter of the dispute before the court. Now, you can't preempt what the court has to decide. Whatever is your side of the story or the Hindu side of the story, I mean, both the sides have been given time to file their respective objections, and the court will hear both the sides, and a just and a fair decision will be made. At this point in time, the narrative of this debate is premised on the fact that there was indeed a Shivling. Now, what is the controversy here? The controversy here from the Hindu side, they are claiming that there is a Shivling at, the Muslim side called that place as a Wazukhana. But all I'm saying is, at this point in time,
can I speak
no
now,
conclusion.
Mr. Madan? Can I correct your wrong impression? Or
no
perhaps
problem,
you are deliberately trying to change the goalpost by misinterpreting my question. The question is straightforward. I'm not talking about A Shivling or B Shivling, sir. I'm talking about the Vishwanath temple. A temple obviously would contain a Shivling dedicated to the Lord. We know that a Visheshwara temple, that a Vishwanath temple stood in Kashi, which was the site of one of the 12 holy Jyotirlings. We know this. Let's not obfuscate. I want you to look at this Gazette notification.
I've looked at it.
The
and I'm
Gazette
asking you a question. In fact,
sir, please.
I don't have a copy. I was reading from the screen.
Please, it doesn't matter whether you have a copy or not. Even if you do, it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to the likes of you. You are not interested in the facts. You want to bury the facts. You want to push the communities into court.
Is, Rahul,
let me just finish.
Rahul,
you want to push
jump to any conclusion.
Well, sir, you have concluded by saying that I'm asking about the proof of a Shivling. I'm not asking for the proof of a Shivling. This debate has been very conveniently shifted to the question of whether in the Wazukhana there is a fountain or there is a Shivling. That is not the issue.
Let me respond. Now, I'm giving you a response, Rahul. I'm giving a new response. I see the notification that you have shown on your screen. I don't see the word Gyanvapi there. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not able to read it.
So the Gyanvapi was after the Vishwanath temple was destroyed.
Is the word Gyanvapi used there? I'm asking you a question. You have the notification. Answer
if you
yes
allow
or
me
no.
to answer, I'll tell you.
Please do that. Please do that.
Sir, this is something that you must understand. The name Gyanvapi was given to the mosque. It was not given to the Vishwanath temple.
Is the notification?
The notification talks.
You have the notification.
Listen to me.
Read the word Gyanvapi from the notification.
What? Can you listen to me?
Read the word Gyanvapi. It's not there.
Can you listen to me, sir?
Correct me. I am happy to be corrected. Please correct me.
The notification talks about history. It talks about the history of the site.
That's where the problem is. You can talk about generic things. I am talking about something very specific. The dispute is about the Gyanvapi Mosque. The notification does not talk about the Gyanvapi Mosque.
What came before the Gyanvapi Mosque?
You want to talk about history.
Mr. Madan, are you deliberately once again, trying to confuse the issue, obfuscate?
No, I am saying, Rahul, I am asking you.
If you allow me to speak, I will be able to address your question. You have asked me a simple question. On April 9th, 1669, this is what the notification says, filed by the Congress state government viewers in 65. Let me read it. Aurangzeb issued order to the provincial governor for the demolition of Hindu temples and schools, with the Faujdar of Varanasi carrying out by pulling down a number of temples in the city, including those of Vishwanath and Bindu Madhava. There was only one Vishwanath temple. Viewers, that's where today, after bringing that temple down, flattening it, they put the Gyanvapi Mosque. Aurangzeb then built.
That's what the problem is. The notification does not say so. All I am saying, let the court decide. I am saying
a mosque was built. A mosque was built. A mosque was the next line. Let me read, sir. A mosque was built on the site of each two high minarets being built on one. It's clearly written there. They just haven't mentioned that it was Gyanvapi Mosque. But
that's
the
what I'm saying, Rahul. That's what I'm saying. You don't have the site plan. I don't have the site plan.
Okay,
the courts have the site plan.
माफ करो सर, 2-3 दिन में दूध का दूध वैसे भी हो जाएगा. You guys will be eating crow. It doesn't matter.
So दूध को दूध होने दो.
It's okay. You will not deny. You will not accept. You will only deny. There is another affidavit, viewers. This one made by the British, which says, and it names the Gyanvapi Mosque here. It says it is not even a mosque. But that is not of any interest to these people. The British affidavit says it is not a mosque. The Congress's own gazette notification says that the Vishwanath temple was demolished and on top of it a mosque was built. The only thing the Congress hasn't done is to name the mosque, which is becoming an issue for the gentleman sitting here. There was only one Vishwanath temple.
Let me
open it. Mr. Pandey, let's get you in on this. I don't want to point out more of the facts. The history is written in stone. You can even see it on the visuals. I will pull out the visuals of the Gyanvapi complex. You can see the walls with the Hindu motifs which form a part of the Gyanvapi Mosque. Char Diwari मंदिर की है, छत मस्जिद की है. यही है मामला.
Rahul ji, even a blind person can also see now because of these revelations which you have just Times Now shows, and you have read that. That is, one is the gazette. Nobody can dispute the gazette. It was not challenged. That gazette is final because everybody accepted that. That is first the legal argument. Second, about the British affidavit. And now what my friend is saying, that let court decide. Of course court will decide, but we are discussing not the what court is going to decide. What injustice has taken place on the people of Kashi in 1659, that is recorded in 1936 affidavit of the British personnel and the Gazette of Congress government in 1965. You know how anybody can dispute. And second point, anybody go and see that. As you have rightly said, Rahul ji, that even there is no need of survey. Anybody can go and see that. The larger question is, time and again they are talking about that 1991 Place of Worship Act. I think that act will be not applicable. It will be held that it is not applicable because it was a temple. It remains a temple. Still it is a temple, and let's wait for that. The larger question is, Rahul ji, listen to me. If somebody has stopped my fundamental right to pray, I can go to the court. I find a civil suit. What's the problem? What I'm trying to say, what is going to happen in the court, we will wait for that. But twice Honorable Supreme Court of India has heard this case, and both the time they did not say that this case is barred by any law. Otherwise, they went that, because the places of worship act, this should not be heard.
Mr. Pandey, let me also add here 1 second.
The trial court will expeditiously decide.
1 second. Advocate Kapil Madan, listen to me, please. On this affidavit also, viewers, we can fall into the trap set by Mr. Madan. He's a clever lawyer. He will set a trap. He will say, Arey, we don't know which portion we are talking about. Whether this particular masjid was built right on top of the Vishevesh, of the Vishwanath temple. They will play around with you. So I'll just quote the written statement in the matter Deen Muhammad and others versus the Secretary of State for India in Counsel. What does this particular affidavit state, viewers? It's right here in my hand and it's on your screens. It states that the entire plot, every bit of it, viewers, entire plot of land on which the mosque, Pakka courtyard, stray grave, staircase in front of gate, together with Pakka enclosures all around in a peepal tree stand, belongs to government and has never been dedicated, nor could have been dedicated to the mosque. Zameen hi nahi hai mosque ki, viewers, in Hindi, for those who don't understand. For those who don't understand, viewers, it goes on to say, and I want to quickly apprise you, viewers, and this is very, very important, that other allegations made in the said paragraph are denied. It is submitted that the non-Muslim have been using the land for their religious purposes, a matter of right, and have got a right of way over it. The allegation that they are permitted by persons in charge of the mosque is unfounded and baseless. So this committee that has gone to the courts, viewers, that claims that they were permitted by persons in charge of the mosque, this affidavit I'm reading, chapter verse, says is unfounded. This claim is unfounded and baseless. Then it goes on to say, Aurangzeb himself was not the owner of the site in which the old temple of Vishwanath existed. Temple of Vishwanath, viewers, old temple. and which was demolished by Aurangzeb owing to the religious antipathy. Hence, it could not have been dedicated according to the true spirit of the Muhammadan faith. It is emphatically denied that plaintiffs as Muslims have any right to use the land, that they have been from time immemorial, because the time when mosque in question was constructed is historical fact and is well within memory. This is also written. So viewers, it tells you very clearly that this entire land is not even held to waqf. That is also what is written here. All these documents are there. Advocate Muhammad Ghaus Saab, president of Tipu Sultan Party, the same Tipu Sultan, of course, that plundered Hindu temples, murdered Hindus by the thousands, इनके प्रेसिडेंट हैं. अब ये हमें बताएंगे कि ये भी इनका ही मॉस्क था. मोहम्मद घौस एडवोकेट साहब. Here are the documents.
I object to your introduction that Tipu Sultan has destroyed, plundered the mosques and killed the Hindus.
I plead guilty, sir, in the court of ignorance. I plead guilty, sir. आप student of history हैं, आपने सही history पढ़ी है, मैंने पता नहीं कौन सी किताबें पढ़ी हैं. I beg you to spare me. You are absolutely right. Tipu Sultan was the greatest king. He was the greatest secular leader that we've ever had.